Welcome to the Strictly Stock Motorsports Super Speedway Shootout here at Daytona. We are here in the Cup Cars as we are in the last race until we figure out our top 16 for the Championship 16 in the Super Speedway Shootout. Gavin Hibbs is having some internet issues tonight. He will not be hosting with me tonight, but I have the one and only Holt Johnston with me tonight. Holt, how are you today, sir?
I am doing good. I feel awesome. I'm the third draft pick for announcers, and I think you really want to get me off the track so I didn't have to crash a lot of people. But, hey, it's all good. I'm going to enjoy my time watching some great racers run here at Daytona International Speedway. And if you like the Strictly Stock Motorsports broadcast, please hit that like button.
Yeah, we definitely do appreciate you sitting in the booth for Gavin tonight. I want to say thanks to all the viewers out there. Michael Smithley with the poll. You got Josh G, Rick Javorka, Michael Smithley, and Justin Sumner. Yeah, we hate to not see you in here, Sumner. I like racing with you, buddy. But we're here. We're about to see some good racing action here at Daytona in the Cup Cars. This is the first race for the Cup Cars in the Super Speedway Shootout. How do you think these drivers are going to be able to adapt coming from the trucks to the Xfinity and now to the Cup Cars?
I think they got two different things. Is one, the trucks drive totally different than the Cup Cars do, and two, this is the last race before we decide the 16 top championship, and so I would imagine there's going to be some aggressive moves going on and drafting going on. Just sitting here looking at the top in practice here, it looks like Joe Francis is at the top of the board, closely followed by Bernie Diaz and Brandon Lawless, Patrick Gasper, and Alex Cronky, and Chris Webb. So, there's a lot of guys here that have a lot to accomplish here to get in that top 16 to run for that championship. And by the way, Jesse, I just got that trophy here at the house, and it is awesome. I may have a tough time shipping that out to the champion because it is a gorgeous trophy.
It's going to be hard to get rid of. That is a very beautiful trophy. Very beautiful.
And I still blame my son for playing college football on Saturdays and missing so many races because I'd like to think I had a chance at that trophy. Some people may say not, but, I'd like to dream about it anyways and say I could have had a chance at it. But it is a gorgeous trophy, and that's what it's all about. True racers go out and they'll race for a trophy or a six-pack of beer or whatever it is, and that's the key to this.
Absolutely. Like us drivers, we'll race for anything. You got a pack of Big Red on the line. Guess what? We're racing for it. That's what we do. We're iRacers.
Exactly.
But let me go. Let's see here. The points. You got Joe Francis leading the points. We got a pretty tight battle back there for the 16th position, trying to make it into the top 16. Battling for
in that area.
At this moment, I can't see the points.
Well, see, my Oklahoma internet's a little slow. I can only get one thing at a time. And I got the race on here watching practice, and it's open. So we just got past AOL. We're getting into the new world and getting this in.
Heck yeah. Josh G, I mean, we can yell tear off. We can live up to that. Michael Molly Harris, what's up? What's up? Chevy Z24, thanks SSMS. Looking forward to some great racing. So are we, my friend, as we're starting the qualifying portion of the Super Speedway Shootout here at Daytona. Who do you got on your list to actually try to go for the pole here to get a good starting spot for these 100 laps?
I think you're going to be, Abraham Vila is always a fast runner. Race against him all the time. Bernie, GT, Joe Francis. I mean, you could probably take half this field here. Chris Webb, Brandon Lawless, Kyle Smalley. I mean, you could take any of them, and just depending on whoever doesn't move that wheel a little too much, will probably end up on the pole, and it's just going to be just slight margins that separate them. And I just did see on the stream that Rick Javorka says hello, everybody. So hi, Rick. We hope you and wish you best in this race as you go on the Daytona Speedway.
Yeah, it should be a great race. We should have some very aggressive racing all race long because it's the last regular season race.
Yeah, I mean these guys are battling for getting in that top 16 to have a chance to win that trophy that's sitting here behind me in my room, and it's awesome. I will tell you that it's a gorgeous trophy, and like I said, it's going to be hard. I'll maybe shed a tear when I ship that one off, whoever the winner is.
Heck yeah. Also, the champion of the Super Speedway Series gets $50, and they're getting a $20 for the winner tonight and $20 for the winner of next weekend. So if the guy could go out that's into the top 16 and go win it and win the championship, that's $70. $70 in one
That,
night.
that would cover your tip at the normal night at the bar, wouldn't it, Jesse?
At this point in my life, probably not. I don't quite drink as much as I used to. That'd cover
Yeah,
probably 5 or 6 nights worth of bar
it's
time.
not good for you. It's not good for you. It's way overrated. Well, the first qualifying starting to come in, and currently Rick Jaborka is sitting on the pole at a 48.149. Joe Francis is third here at 48.244, and Patrick Gasper's at 48.187.
Some quick time's been turned in on the first lap, but we know the first lap of qualifying is just getting that car wound up, getting all the momentum you can for that second lap. The second lap is where you're going to see the fast times. Yes.
Yep. But if you're faster on the first lap, you should be faster on the second lap.
That is true. That is true. That is very true. Sumner said he'll be making his predictions again tonight. Sumner, we look forward to your predictions because they're usually right. Well, we don't have the fake Jeff Gordon in here tonight.
Who is a fake Jeff Gordon?
There's a guy in the Aces stream. His YouTube name was Jeff Gordon.
Because Josh G says that guy's annoying.
And we want to say our thoughts and prayers are out with the Salyers family. Outlaw and Wheelman's uncle passed away, old DW's brother, and we are thinking about you here at SSMS, and we wouldn't be here without you, gentlemen. And thanks for everything you all do, and our thoughts and prayers are with you guys.
Yeah, and that's a great group. That's a great family and a great group of people that do their racing, and Strictly Stock Motorsports and Aces work well together. And JW and Outlaw are just as genuine as you can get, and always a good fun and good laugh to race with them, and just strong competition on their channel when you race. So yes, our prayers are certainly out with the Salyers family.
The World Center of Racing, as you see it right there up top of the press boxes. And it should be put on for a good show here in these Cup cars. I think it's going to be really good. Right now we got Chris Worrell sitting P1.
Chris Worrell, is that the guy that just got out of the penitentiary?
No.
I'm setting you up, Jesse. Chris is a heck of a good iRacer. I mean, he is an awesome guy, and I was setting Jesse up a little bit there, giving Chris a hard time, but that guy is fast any place he goes. And following straight right behind him is Bryson Fitzgerald.
The intern.
The intern.
The intern.
Yes, indeed, the intern. And Joe Francis is falling up in third. Joe's been on a little hiatus. When you're a millionaire like Joe is, he goes down and travels in Texas and every place else and vacations for 3 or 4 weeks, and he finally decided to come back to race with Strictly Stock Motorsports again.
Oh, Jofus Francis. Francis is a good dude. I like old Jofus. I call him Jofus. I don't think he likes he calls me Jessup. But
well, he is from Indiana. I mean, you got to give him that. I mean, those Indiana guys, I mean, all they know is basketball, isn't it?
I believe so.
Racing. Well, wait, there is some sprint car racing, but stock car racing, I think there's only one race in their state. It's at that little small speedway called the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
That's a little known track, I believe.
Little known. I mean, it's not been around very long, but it's a little known. But following up Joe is Joseph Madigan. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. Followed by Ryan Honeycutt and Rick Javorka coming in number 6, and the one and only Chris Webb from the West Coast in Arizona, where it's probably like 75 degrees and sunny and warm and everything else, as we're freezing in the other parts of the country. And then Bernie Diaz is following up at number 8, followed by Patrick Gasper, and he's at number 9, and then Alex Kroenke, number 10. Alex is a heck of a racer. You know, the only thing is every time I hear Alex's name and Kroenke, it reminds me of that Gator guy or whatever. It says Crikeys all the time. So
Crikey alligators.
maybe we'll just call him Alex Cranky or Crocky or Cranky or something for the whole night. And then, of course, you've got falling behind him at number 11, Zishan Dura, the number 10 car. Good racer, strong racer, young guy coming up through and making his mark. And following that is number 83, Brandon Lawless at number 12.
I got some new news about Brandon Lawless, by the way. I'm going to put it out here on the stream. We had 9 drivers in Strictly Stock Motorsports. We put that list out there. Now, we're going to say we have, in the even 10, we want to welcome Brandon Lawless to the Strictly Stock Motorsports banner of drivers.
And Brandon, being from Oklahoma, and he lives probably about 5.5 hours from me, and we're in the same industry, and I know Brandon personally. And this guy has wheeled everything from a dirt midget to a super truck to ASCS cars. I mean, he was an asphalt guy, and this guy's a heck of a driver. He's one of those who just lays back there through the whole race, and then all of a sudden you get down the last 10, 15, 20 laps, and here he comes up through, and I think he's running the John Deere green colors tonight. And so we'll have to keep an eye on him.
All right, as we move back up to the front of the field with Chris Worrell. We're halfway down the back stretch. So we're going to go green here at the Strictly Stock Motorsports Super Speedway Shootout here at Daytona, as this is the last regular season race in the Super Speedway Shootout. It should be a very good race, and thanks for everybody tuning in. Also, Josh G has us up on a big screen TV and 2 computer monitors. We thank you, Josh G, for tuning in, brother.
Still trying to get my screen set up here to watch, but I'm going to sit back here in about 6th place and watch the start of this race, because like I said, I think this is going to be some aggressive racing, Jesse, as we go through here. There's going to be some hard shoving and pushing, and trying to either stay up front. There might be a few guys that fall back. We had a few guys that didn't decide to qualify, so it'll be interesting.
We're green as Worrell takes the green flag here at the Strictly Stock Motorsports Speedway Super Speedway Shootout, as we're here for 100 laps at Daytona. You got Bryson Fitzgerald up on the high side, getting down on the low side. Low line looks like it's got the momentum here on the restart. Outside line's checked up a little bit as we get this thing underway here.
I think we'll see the low line here initially be the dominant line, but as cars build up on the outside lane, they'll start pushing forward. And as I say that, Rick Javorka, the number 52 Chevrolet, is starting to push up on the high side.
He's got the 12 car behind him, trying to get that outside working. You got Kroenke and Lawless as well up there. They're going to try to get that momentum build up and try to give the Worrell a run for his money here, as Worrell leads the first lap of the 250. As Bryson Fitzgerald and Joe Francis and GT Park. All
now, is that Kroenke or Crikeys? Which is it?
Crikey alligators. Crikey alligators.
And we can see Bernie Diaz. He's giving Rick Javorka a hard push here. And we got Mr. Honeycutt down low lane following the chain. But I think we'll see them get up through. But we're probably going to see a lot of side-by-side racing. I just saw Chris Webb come into the picture here. He's getting behind Mr. Honeycutt. And we're in for a heck of a show here.
Yeah, they're battling back there about 10th place, side by side. The outside line is still trying to get the momentum worked up. But from the looks of it, looks like we got some wobblers back there that's keeping that line from moving forward as GT jumps to the outside. He's not going to be set right in line there. I think he's anywhere from 10th to 12th, 13th in points. So he's trying to get as many points as possible.
GT Park is familiar with super speedways, and this guy is fast on super speedway. He knows how to work that air around this track, and he's getting lined up behind Lawless and Alex Kroenke. And I'm going to tell you that line, it may push it 3 wide as they go through here, because I think those 3 lined up are some talented drivers. And coming into the picture is Zishan Dura. I mean, Zishan Dura gets a hard time a lot of times for causing a lot of cautions, but he is an aggressive driver, and I'm sure he'll be up there in the front.
Yeah, Zishan is a very underappreciated driver, I would say, but he's usually there. We got a blinkage out of GT, but he's back. He's good now. As we got Worrell still continuing to lead here. As got some strictly.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're seeing a lot of guys that are sitting there kind of just putting in their space and getting the time in. And as I say that, Zishan is pulling down to the inside, and I think he's going to drop to the back. I think you're just seeing some guys just setting up for the long run here and waiting to see what happens. Nobody wants to mix it up this early, but I'm going to tell you, as we get further into this race, I think it's going to get very exciting and aggressive as we go through.
It's already getting a little aggressive up toward the front here, but like you said, the guys in the back, they're going to drop back, get a little bit off the pack, get single file, and just ride, because there's a lot of laps. They get 75% fuel, so they'll have to pit a little sooner than normal, but we're saying probably around lap 30 or so. You probably get about 30-some laps on a tank of fuel, so that'll come into play if we don't get any cautions. But it's Daytona, man. Anything can happen.
Well, and then when you're racing at Daytona, getting on and off pit road is critical. I mean, getting on, you got to slow these cars down from 180 miles an hour to get on that track, on the pit road. And then coming off, I mean, as Daytona, there's a lot of sand around, and that approach coming off of pit road and circling around, not making a blend line violation, I mean, it's slick, so you got to be very, very, very careful. And not that I'm saying that from experience at all, Jesse. I may have spun out or had a violation.
I think we've all had a pit road penalty a time or two. But you got GT Park here toward the back and on the high side. Just, I think he's just trying to get in line, fill his car out, see how everything's going to turn out in the long run.
Yeah, the top 10 or so are just sitting side by side and kind of riding, I think, right now, just feeling out the cars, seeing what they got to do for the race. And, you know, like I said, we'll get past that first pit stop, and I think the intensity will ratchet up 10 times from what we're seeing right now. And as I say that, Kyle Smalley is pushing up through and pushing Marcus up, and they're looking at going 3 wide. Marcus is. He's kind of sitting there going, well, should I or should I not? And he's decided to fall back in line on the inside. And of course,
there they go.
They're
going 3 wide. The balls out crew, they will go 3 wide. They got 3 balls out racers here. You got Cal Smalley, you got Marcus Adams, and Chris Worrell.
And, you know, can I say that, you know, the competition level between the balls out racing guys and a Strictly Clock Motorsports guy is a fun competition. We give each other a hard time, but it is just hard competition. Great racers having a great time.
Oh, absolutely. We got good camaraderie with the guys. It's a good group of racers, man. They're really talented. That's the least you can say.
Now, as you say that, we got the number 83 of Brandon Wallace. The John Deere tractor machine is coming up, and he's getting lined up with Alex Bronke, and got Kyle Smalley a little sideways. A hard push from GT, kind of got a little sideways, but they're going on through, and not to be late to the party is Richard Lewicka is coming up here on the bottom line, and GT's kind of got hung out to dry here. He's going to have to shuffle back into the low line to catch back up the field.
Fitzgerald decides to take it to the outside. Looks like he's going to stick with Worrell there for a while. And you got Joe Francis and Chris Webb on the inside behind that 76 car. Which one is that? That's not GT. GT's in the Mountain Dew paint scheme.
Oh, I'm reading it wrong. That says GT Park, but
yeah,
in the Mountain Dew scheme.
Yeah, he's in the Mountain Dew scheme.
Are you trying to jump back now? Or what's going on here?
Well, you know, it's that Okie internet. My Trading Pains hadn't updated yet. And now we got a 3 wide coming through.
Oh, it's getting tight. It's getting tight. Javorka not getting. There it is.
We got a wreck here.
There it is.
Kyle Smalley, Marcus are all into it on the front straightaway.
Going down for the pace car. Passing him now. Going down for him in turn 1.
Well, that was a little early for that to happen on lap 9, but we'll have to re-rack them, restack them, and see who can get back in this.
that everybody with like 10 of us?
There's going to be a lot of fast repairs used right there.
And how many fast repairs they got tonight, Jesse?
One fast repair.
So these guys, if they can't fix it in the normal time for the repairs, they're going to have to use their fast repair, which limits how aggressive you can be towards the final part of the race. So, again, if you're sitting on that 14, 15, 16, 17th bubble, you're going to have to really think about what you want to do from here on out. We might see a few guys kind of drop back and ride here for a while.
Hello, Dennis Gardner. Thanks for tuning in. These guys will go in here and get a tear off. There's for the drinking game. But we are under caution.
I got my crew chief back.
Josh G asked, where's the Javorka fan club? He's got a pretty large fan club. When he races with the Aces, they're always talking on the message board on YouTube.
As everybody's coming down the pit road here. They do have 2 extra sets of tires. But I think it's really early to be taking any tires.
Yeah, tires at this track, I mean, you're not going to use that many tires. They're probably going to come in here. The guys that don't have any damage, they're going to get some fuel and get out of there. The guys that have damage are going to try to get the damage fixed because, of course, with the size of this track, they got a good bit of time to get all that damage fixed.
Looks like World took tires. World took tires.
Chris World took tires?
Chris World took tires.
Now, he told me the other day, and this isn't private, don't tell anybody, but he was taking lessons from Ray Rogers on saving tires. And him taking tires this early in a race is a little scary.
Nathan Yarnell. Well, we appreciate it, man. We're trying to make it as fun as possible. We're doing the best we can here. Holt's holding me up here tonight. He's doing a great job.
Well, I got a soft spot in my heart for Nathan Yarnell because, he's a Kansas City guy, and I was born and raised in Kansas City. And, I can't mention the Chiefs without saying Kansas City. I mean, that Patrick Mahomes is just lighting it up and has for the last couple of years. And had a lot of good racing against Nathan, and he sponsored some races and that, and just a really great guy. And, of course, anybody that's rooting for the Chiefs day in and day out, not that I'm partial, but I am partial, I got to give him a hats off. So good to see you in on the stream, Nathan.
Yeah, we definitely do appreciate everybody that's coming out here. We got 28 viewers currently. That's pretty good. I appreciate all y'all, man. We wouldn't do this if y'all wouldn't tune in, that's for sure. We know that Aces are currently tied up right now.
Yeah, and I did see, Jesse, that Joe Kennedy's on the stream. He's messaging in, and a heck of a race the other night. He had a recognition race or memorial race for I believe his dad, and it was a start at Bristol. You had to run I can't remember how many laps at Bristol to qualify to run dirt street stocks at Lakeland Speedway, or I think it's USA Speedway. And boy, you talk about a fun event. It was awesome, and a lot of paint jobs came out in recognition to that. And I know Terry Mustard Jr. did some paint jobs that were really awesome that I've seen on Twitter and that. And just can't say thanks to the Kennedy family for what they did in recognition of their family.
Absolutely. We're thinking about you, buddy.
Yeah, I just saw a message on there from our own Mr. James Cato. He said he missed the race. He had to work, which, hey, we all understand that. You got to pay the bills and make a living to be able to do this stuff. But he's hoping to stay in there for the top 16 so he can race for the championship. And I hope you can, James. But there's a lot of guys trying to push you out of that position. I'm just going to tell you.
All right, as we're getting set to go back green after the first caution involving 4 cars roughly. So
I think that caution was sponsored by Zishan Dura. James Cato just messaged me on my cell phone and said it was sponsored by Zishan Dura, and he was in it. Here we go. We're going back green.
We're back green. 76 gets a big jump. The stream's a little choppy. Sorry about that. Hopefully it works itself out. I might have to hop in the car.
We got the 76 that has run out there. Joseph Madden is, or Peter Cohen is, sorry.
Whoa, Cronky.
Chris Rebb is now being pushed on the outside by the number 17 car, and I apologize, not sure who that is. Joe Frank, or no, that's not Joe.
Yeah, that's Francis. That's Francis.
Oh, okay.
You got 3 SSMS teammates right there in the top 3.
This could be trouble. I mean, these SSMS key guys are troublemakers to galore, but...
And they're getting into it again, wrecking again in the back. That 21.
Uh-oh, we got a caution now.
Moving, look at that car, go. Going up over here, going up.
Evan Morosco, 2 wrecks in a row. Just GT got tore up.
GT got tore up. Oh, he was a contender. Where's he at in the points, Jesse?
He's up there a good ways.
So he's got a little cushion to work off of. That's good. He's a great racer.
I think he was like 13th in points. I think I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I've got one. I just hate to use
He's got a fast repair and he can get back out there. But he is a heck of a plate racer. I've raced with him a bunch on the super speedways, and unfortunately, probably it pushed him to a limit that the car didn't hold and piled him up too. But great driver right there.
I just noticed I used my fast repair last trip up. Even though I probably had like 30 seconds of damage. If that. So what happened in the last wreck?
And I just had Justin Summer think that Peter Cohen's going to work his way up the front before long, Jesse. What do you think about Peter Cohen? I think that guy works at Charlotte Motor Speedway, doesn't he, as a regular job during the day?
Yeah, I just saw that on the screen. Thank you.
So
he might have a little inside information here on getting around this track since he's so accustomed to NASCAR and tied in there.
Hey, can me and Joseph switch if he's okay with it? A better way to put it, it can lead her through the lane.
Now, currently, right now, Jesse, we've got Joseph, and I'm going to apologize if I butcher any names. I'm a dumb OG. But Joseph Madigan that is leading the race with Ryan Honeycutt right behind, and Chris Webb following him, and Alexander Crikes, however you want to pronounce it, and then closely followed by Joe Francis, Brandon Lawless, Bryson Fitzgerald, and Patrick Gasper.
I hopped in the car to try to get my frame rate a little better.
I got you. I'm doing okay on frame rate here. I'm just watching here now. Now, have we shared with the viewers, Jesse, about the intern Bryson Fitzgerald?
What are we sharing?
Well, Bryson, was an okay racer, but until he joined Strictly Stock Motorsports under the tutelage of Jesse Cottrell and James Cato and some others that are very talented. I mean, he's now a guy that can run up front.
Hey, Jesse, you got your ears on up there?
Go ahead.
Me and Joseph want to switch, like he wants the high side and I want the bottom. Is that okay?
Well, if you're not causing black flags to everybody, and then y'all can work it out, yes.
We got some shuffle around going up in the front there, Jesse.
Yeah, they're wanting to switch spots here on the restart.
So anyways, back to the Bryson Fitzgerald, a.k.a. known as the intern. I mean, can you give me a little insight on how you brought that young man up to speed?
That would have been Joe Francis brought him in, and he's been good the whole time. He's been good the whole time.
Now, are we cutting Joe Francis out of this that he's not getting any credit for refining the driving skills of Bryson Fitzgerald?
I wouldn't go that far. I think I don't know. You got me stumped. You got me stumped.
Okay, I'll leave you stumped. I won't pressure you for the answer, but no, Bryson Fitzgerald. I mean, he is a talented individual, and probably was more talented prior to joining our group than he is now. But he's doing an awesome job. I think he just came off a win the other night. That where was that at, Jesse?
It was a money race. I think it was.
It's a money race with the Aces is all I can remember, and he came out with the win. And I think he walked away with $25, thanks to FEG that sponsored that race. So he is a heck of a driver, and I was kind of putting Jesse in a little bit of a corner just to give him a hard time because that's what my job is. I was invited for a one race deal, and they'll probably never invite me back to announce these races.
No, I always invite you. Holt, you're a heck of a man.
We're not done with this race. We got a long ways to go.
Man,
I think we're getting ready to take the green flag here, aren't we, Jesse?
Yes, sir. Green flag is out. 76 looks like it's working okay. Yep, it worked out all right. 76 takes the lead of Joseph Madigan.
Richard, if you want it.
Then you have the 54 of Honeycutt and Alex Cronky in P3 looking to the outside with no help. You got Lawless up there on the high side, but he's a good ways back. But Cronky knows these top two guys are trying to work together, and he's going to try to forge his own path as we're working lap 17 of 100 here in the Super Speedway Shootout.
Oh, sorry about that.
Justin.
I haven't been able to make many of these Super Speedway Strictly Stock Motorsport shootouts, but Ryan Honeycutt seems to be a player up there running around, and I've seen his name, but I don't know if really. Do you have any background on Ryan Honeycutt?
He's raced with us before. He was a little rough around the edges back in the day, but it seems like he's gotten a little bit better there. In the beginning it was rough, but you got Alex Cronky and Brandon Lawless up here on the high side going up here trying to get this lead from these two guys.
We've got the John Deere tractor pushing the AKR Motorsports Mustang, and they are pushing right out to the lead, and I'm telling you, those two drivers together, I mean, there's some serious talent right there, and nothing matter with John Deere Green. I think there's a country song about that.
Right, that's true.
Then we got the 18 car on the inside, and Ryan Honeycutt is riding right alongside, and they are duking it out right now. Rick Jabort was trying to get up on the outside to push that outside line to get it forward a little more. And then we have the 86 Chevrolet that's coming right up behind Honeycutt to try to push that inside line. So we're starting to see that outside line work a little bit, Jesse, as we get further into the race.
Sorry about that, guys.
And we've got Bryson Fitzgerald Brandon Lawless and Alex Cronky. And they got a line out there, so we're going to see what they can do if they can make this outside line work.
Don't push it.
It's getting tight. You wasn't lying after that first pit stop. It's going to get pretty rough up there.
Joe Francis coming up on the inside behind, or as you like to call him, Joseph. Is coming up behind the Ryan Honeycutt line, but he just jumped up in front of Bryson Fitzgerald. He's behind Brandon Lawless and Alex Cronky on the outside, so they're kind of leaving the inside to hang. Let's see if they can make this outside work.
GT Park was involved in that incident. Used that fast repair. He's got Chris Webb behind him on the inside, trying to make their way back up to the front.
Sorry.
Now we
got three wide.
Chris Webb up on the inside, and Brandon Wallace got shuffled out the third lane, but Bryson Fitzgerald is getting up on the outside and going to draft with Brandon.
Yeah, he dropped to the back in a hurry. Didn't have no drafting help, and it was just backwards he goes.
It was just some aggressive drafting on the back straightaway that got him a little sideways and went out. But these cars are so evenly matched right now. When you go down the Daytona Speedway, that if you're not bump drafting, being aggressive.
Cronky with the move. The Cronky.
He took his partner on the outside, just out to dry.
To get that lead, that was a bold move by Cronky, which was a good one, as we're hitting lap 22 of 100 here at Daytona. Nathan Yarnell said, Holt.
He's not liking that, and he's starting to push his way up front with the help of Marcus Adams behind him. So I think Joe might have something to say about Cronky just dumping him on the outside.
You got 3 of the balls out cars lined up there behind Joseph Francis up on the top side. The inside line, you only got 3. Looks like the high side is starting to form pretty well.
Yep, Joe Francis just pushed in the lead going here. Like you said, the balls out cars are pushing a strictly stock motorsports guy to the lead, and you just have to wonder if it's going to be a matter of time before that 31 car jumps out and they go a third lane out, and that could get rather interesting.
I take it that if Joe gets shoved out in front of Cronky, he's probably going to pull the same move as Cronky did to get down there in front of the leader on the low side, because the low side is starting to pack up again as you got Weber. He's trying to prove me wrong and moves up to the high.
Well, and don't discount that Arizona guy. He'll sit there and hang around in 4th and 5th, and next thing you know, you get towards the end of the race, and he is right up there in the top 2 or 3. I mean, this guy can race dirt. He can race road courses. I mean, he is a multi-talented. And as I say that, there goes Marcus on the outside, Joe Francis, and the number 6 car follows him. But, hey, wait a second. Bryson Fitzgerald's getting behind Joe Francis.
Strictly stock teammates versus balls out. Strictly stock versus balls out.
We got racing here as we come through the tri-oval.
Oh, the 59 hops up, and he said he wants him a piece of that middle lane. The high side.
68's out there behind Bryson, and here comes Kyle Smalley up on the inside, number 5 car. And all of a sudden, the balls out guys and Marcus Adams and that are going backwards. But looks like that outside line's forming up better than the inside. But we got Zishan Dura coming up behind Kyle Smalley to see if he can help that inside line a little bit.
So far, so good. Great racing action right here. Sorry if the stream's a little choppy. And Nathan Yarnell said, Holt, you missed your calling as a race announcer, I think. And then Dennis Gardner agrees.
Well, to be honest with you, Nathan, I'm one of the older farts in strictly stock motorsports, so my kids are grown. My son has played high school baseball and college football, and I've been an announcer for both of them. And I've had a little bit of practice, and I try to keep my sarcasm out of it. But, as I sit here and watch the race, I enjoy my favorite beverage. The sarcasm might get a little more, so I don't really mean to offend anybody. But, Nathan, thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, you're doing a heck of a job. Gavin, if you're watching this over there on your phone, we are missing you.
Me.
And hopefully you can get your internet issues fixed, and we'll get you back in the booth. But Holt, we appreciate you for filling in for Gavin, as Cronky leads the quarter way through this race mark here.
We got Crikeys out there in the front. I'm going to call them Crikeys. I think that just fits
What was the name of that movie?
And he's out there in the front. And we got the outside line forming up pretty good with the strictly stock guys. They are trying to shove their way forward. But we got Marcus Adams is getting back behind Zishan Dura. And Kyle Smalley just jumped the outside, and we had the 19 car jump the inside. So they're shuffling places around, trying to find the fast way around. But Alex Crikey is making that car pretty wide up there, and he's going to keep that yellow line right on his driver's side.
And that's, so far, the inside line is working really good.
And as we say that, Chris Webb comes up, and he's getting behind the intern, also known as Bryson Fitzgerald, and they're forming up a third lane. And
Joe's in the wall, dude.
Touching going on. Bryson has a
big check up on the high side.
Little check up there in the turn.
On my screen, you hit the wall, which made Joe hit the wall, and then I hit the wall.
Yeah, Gene, it has been Oh, that's Gene. Papa Cato. What's up, Papa Cato? Yeah, it's some really good racing right now. Got the inside line.
Yeah, he went.
Oh, goodness, they are making moves like no other. We're only on lap 28 as we hit the line of 100. So we still got a good ways to go, and people are making moves left and right, just trying to position themselves in the best possible
We're
look.
only 28 laps into 100 laps. I mean, we get down to the last 25 laps. This is going to be intense. I mean, I'm going to have to go get another beverage from the liquor cabinet. Can I say that online? Because
Yes. Yes.
these Crown apples and Sprites are going down very smooth tonight. And the more I drink, the better my tongue gets. And I might piss a few people off, but we're going to have fun while we're doing it, Jesse.
Sounds like a plan, Hope.
Hey, it's what we do. But no, this is some awesome racing just to start out. And I can't only imagine what's going to come here towards 25 laps to go. I mean, you've got Zishan Durr up there. You got Alex Kroenke leading. You got Joe Francis in there, Marcus Adams, Kyle Smalley. I mean, Ryan Honeycutt sitting up there. I mean, these are just the guys that decide to be up front, much less the guys that are saving their stuff and are going to charge toward the front towards the end.
I seen Webb get a little mixed up in there. I wonder how much damage he incurred. It looks like he got into the back and then into the wall when that outside line actually scraped the wall and slowed the momentum of the outside line down. Wonder how much damage and if that's hurting his car.
Do a little look in here and do a chase, because he did get in the back of Bryson. Now him and Bryson are still tagging along together. Let me switch around to where I can do a rear chase to him, hopefully, if iRacing will let me do that.
Got one off track. That's Zishan. Zishan dipped low.
Well, at least we're not saying Zishan Durr sponsored that caution. That's the only thing I can say.
Okay. I need a use clear flag.
Oh, we got one going underneath into the wall.
On the inside, and I'm sitting here looking at, Chris Webb's car looks pretty good. Bryson Fitzgerald's car has a little dent in the back bumper, but they're still back there trucking along. I would say if they went in the pits and they had to get those repaired without a pass repair, they're only going to spend about 30 or 40 seconds to do that.
Up there with me instead of just trying to make it 3 wide in front of me.
I'd have been more happy to push you if you stayed in the outside lane.
As we got some controversy going on the track here.
Back in front of me and you didn't, so.
Yeah, they're getting a little anxious. Those guys pushing guys and getting too aggressive. And one guy's wanting another guy to push. I mean, this is just strictly restrictor plate racing.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Shoot down the apron, but he kept it under control, and he's going to get up in front of behind Bryson Fitzgerald in front of Chris Webb. It's getting a little intense here, Mr. Cottrell.
Bernie, you should.
Oh yeah, it really is. I think that was Bernie on the inside.
Well, Bernie Diaz, he's not one to back away from being aggressive. I mean, he will get up there and push a car in front of him or expect a car to push him to the front. So it's no telling what's going on there.
Fuck you up too bad.
No, it's not too bad. It's going to put me a lap down, but it's like 20 seconds.
You got the high side getting a run. Kroenke going 3 wide. Gaspar said, "No, sir, I want the lead." And he's got GT Park right behind him in that Mountain Dew Code Red car. And GT scrapes the wall a little bit, but he gets Gaspar out to the lead. As we're still 3 wide for 4th, 5th, and 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here. As GT's going to get back in the line there. Gaspar gets all the way up to the lead.
Trading paint's working because I'm still seeing GT Park as a yellow and red car, but I'll take it that he's running the Mountain Dew car. He must be charged up on some good caffeine tonight because he is making some moves.
I think he is all jacked up on Mountain Dew tonight as he's tucked in tightly behind Alex Kroenke. As we got Gaspar out here leading for the first time tonight. You got the Joseph Madigan dropping to the inside. I don't know if that was a hit.
Go to the outside.
Or he's just getting out of it.
You left me that open and you go through the middle for a reason.
Now, I'm sitting here back looking at the back of the pack, and you got some guys sitting back here like Peter Cohen, Richard Lawaka, Richard Robb, Richard Horka, Abraham Vila, Chris Webb, Brian Fitzgerald, Brandon Lawless. They're just sitting back here riding. They know this is a long race, and they're only 30 laps into a 100-lap race, and they're just biding their time, so they'll be there at the end to fight for the win.
All right, as we do every week, we're going to put a vote out there. In-car camera time. Who do you want to go in-car with here on the stream as we go give you some crank it up here, in-car action? In the chat there, hit us up. Let us know who you want to be in-car with.
Let me go in the middle.
Yeah, I'll take a decent amount of link back because I didn't really get myself organized and stick it up there like I should have.
I'm waiting on you, Zishan. I'm going to push you. It'll be fast.
We got 1 vote for Kroenke. Anybody else? GT Park Smithley says.
GT Park is in there.
You got them, Joe?
Once we get 3 votes for one driver, we will go to that driver. Let's get him up. Let's get him. You got a lawless. Got a lawless.
Hey, I'm just gonna warn you, Jesse, that Justin Summers said you can say whatever you want, Holt. It's strictly stock motorsports racing. So hey, can I get uncorked here? I mean, this may get interesting.
We broadcast with a seat belt, but it's not as tight. The seat belt is not as tight, if you get what I'm saying.
Extremely G-rated?
Extremely G, yeah.
Extremely G. I can be slightly G.
Well, we got two votes for GT.
2 votes for GT.
2 votes for GT.
Probably go in car with GT and
That's what it's looking like.
And ride around.
Oh, there it is. Gene Cato throws the GT out there. Let's go in car with Mr. GT Park. Let me find him. Let me find him. There he is. And we are going to go to the cockpit view of GT. Here we are. Enjoy, crank it up.
If you've ever raced with or against GT Park, I mean, this guy's a class act. I mean, just a gentleman at all ports, but boy, he is a heck of a race car driver. He is starting to try to push that outside line to get up around. I mean, they got it pushing 3 wide here as we go through. And we're leaving Marcus Adams in the middle, and we got Kyle Smalley on the inside. And boy, they're right up against that wall, aren't they, Jesse?
You got GT Park riding right behind Cronky in that AKR machine. As you can see, when GT, yep, he's on TV, boys, on the high side.
He's going to be the straight line. But he did push that Patrick Gasper right to the front, though. I mean, he was back there just pushing the heck out of him. Now he's going to get behind Alex Cronky, and this is going to be another one. You watch them go down to turns 2 and 3, and I won't bet by the time they come back to turns 1 and 2, he will have pushed Alex Cronky out fully. But he has no fear. He'll ride up right along that.
GT's working his way up there, car by car. Wonder if he's trying to go as high as possible so he don't get anybody jumping up in front of him. As he's making a run for the lead, look at him go. Inside line's checking up. GT said, I'm on camera, let's roll. Shake and bake.
Shake and bake, baby. He is getting it done.
As he takes the lead from Patrick Gasper. Look at that. That is what you call a power move by GT Park. And he's going to clear for the lead to the bottom. GT.
Yeah, I just know something, Jesse. My internet was a little bit slow, and I am catching back up because I was calling a race that probably happened 2 minutes ago. I apologize.
You're all good.
But yes, GT Park's in the lead, and now we got a line of Joe Francis and Brandon Wallace on the outside. They're trying to push their way to the front also. So maybe we need to stay in in-car camera for GT Park, and he might have a good shot at winning this one.
But we'll finish this lap out with GT. Let y'all crank it up.
Do you think we get any royalties out of GT for getting into the lead just because you went in-car camera with him?
I think it was the stream magic that got him there. The stream.
I think it was nothing but you and I and the fans that are watching Strictly Stock Motorsports Live that got him there, so he owes us a bunch.
That's a really good one, Holt.
Hey, you know, this job doesn't pay anything. I'm trying to get some money out of it.
Heard that. As we are working lap 40 of 100.
It's going to keep ramping up here. We're only not even quite halfway through, but looks like GT Park's got command lead. But boy, you got some cast of characters behind him with Marcus and Balls Out Racing Team and guys, and all of a sudden here comes Brandon Wallace on the outside. So it's not over by any means. So while we're on the stream, Jesse, you got any good stories to share about GT Park?
GT's he's a SSMS OG, man. He's been around since a good since we pretty much started the deal. He's been an intricate role in the building of Strictly Stock Motorsports, and we wouldn't be here without him. That's for sure. And our OGs, or me, GT, James Cato, and Joe Francis. That's the 4 originals.
Well, now you're being entirely too kind. I asked you about stories, not
No.
how great is motorsports. I want some good scoop on this driver that's leading this race.
Well, they always say
Spinning now.
don't kiss and tell, so we're going to leave it there. We got pit stops, and Joe gets turned. Is it going
The
to?
Fifth Amendment. Okay, Jesse, I got you. I can make up some stories
I
about
don't know why you
GT.
braked while you were still on the track, idiot.
There's a
Little tension building out there,
had a
Jesse, with some guys. I think somebody got shoved down to the infield there.
had a big miscue right there.
76 liter pitting this time.
That's pit stops.
GT is getting ready to pit.
Yep. Ooh,
Hey, honey, can be Sean if
Let's watch
looks like
GT.
Joe's
He takes the
might
tires
be
off.
all right. He didn't speed.
nice, but if not, it's up to you guys. So
We got too much steam right now. Just go to the
GT must
Yeah,
be working with strategy because he is pitting when nobody else is.
He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 cars right here pitted.
Oh, is there? Okay, I'm just watching GT, but I just saw from the cars that he was running with up front, none of them
slowed
pitted.
down. I had to slow down for it, and I got hit in the rear end, spun into you.
Richard Rod, that was terrible, bro. I thought somebody was saying that I did that.
Looks like GT Park just took fuel only, no tires. He's headed out, and he's closely followed by Alex Bronco and the John Deere Green Brandon Laws.
It's alright, dude. I was trying to get up so I could go around the slower cars, but
Oh,
As we watch the pit stop happens, we've got Kyle Smalley leading the race, Marcus Adams drafting right behind him, and Chris Worrell not too far back, and GT Park is in. I don't think this is updated yet.
no, we're in the middle of pit stops, but the balls out crew is split up there. Looked like Worrell came down, but his other 2 teammates did not.
Are you saying there might be a little controversy in the balls out team?
I don't know about the controversy, but their pit road strategy is not on point.
Jesse, I know I'm worse than a news reporter. I'm trying to set you up with a chance idea.
There comes Smalley and Marcus Adams coming down here to pit road.
They're coming in, and boy, Daytona's a tricky track. You got to slow that car down a bunch to get in. And as you know, Jesse, I'm not always the best at getting on pit road. I tend to either speed or lock the brakes up and do all kinds of crazy stuff, which costs me a lot. But hats off to these guys. I mean, Kyle Smalley brought that car into pit road just as smooth as can be, and got right in his pit stall. And we'll see if they can take off again. Marcus and Kyle to draft back up the path. Marcus is done. Looks like he took fuel only. And Kyle took fuel only, and we'll see if Marcus can get up behind him and get drafted back up to the pack.
And we're going to give it a few seconds here, and it should get sorted back out.
Well, this is a tough time. I've never called an event on the internet or iRacing, and normally at the racetracks I go to, I'm normally in a race car racing, but you can see everything going on, and right now I can't see everything going on, so I have no idea who's leading this race, who's pitted, who's not, but we're going to watch and see how this shuffles out, because at lap 45, that sets them up. They're going to have to pit before the end of this race, which could really make some interesting strategy calls as we get towards the latter part of this race.
trying to get these here. I got you.
Gene Cato, I'm pretty sure we can get you a paint scheme. Looks like GT Park is going to be in the prime position to be back in the lead. I think right here is after the pit stops. Everybody's getting back together here, this group.
You can stay the lucky on. Worry about it on the 2 lines and the stupid penalties. Right now you're on
I don't know if Gavin Hibbs is watching or not, but Gene Cato needs to get a hold of Gavin Hibbs. He's got some awesome strings like paint schemes. He does my car.
Oh, Whirl almost lost it.
Leg, but it's worth every dollar, I think.
As GT Park continues the lead here. Avila P2, Crocky P3, and another SSMS driver, the new addition, Brandon Law's sitting there in P4.
And you got to watch that Brandon Lawless. He's a sneaky character from Altus, Oklahoma. I mean, this guy has traveled all over the United States racing asphalt super trucks and ARCA cars and everything else. And this guy knows how to manage his car and get to the end so he can finish strong.
I'd say keep hammering down and we'll catch you. That's what I'm doing.
And the high side trying to work again. Joseph Madigan and Chris Worrell going to the high side.
I did. It was pretty sweet.
That was a great save by Worrell.
Is Worrell getting sideways? That guy can drive a car sideways
He can.
better than he can drive it straight down the track. He is always being very aggressive and getting that car crossed up. But boy, at the end of the day, he seems to be there.
How fucked up is my back end? Can somebody tell me?
We're still jockeying for position as we're about 2 to 3 laps away from halfway here.
Is there any incentive for halfway tonight, Jesse?
No, sir.
Just the pride of leading at halfway. So
Yeah.
we'll see how much pride GT Park has if he can lead this at halfway. But boy,
The high side.
really starting to push.
Yeah, they're pretty organized up top there. But Worrell is dropping to the bottom to get in front of GT. He wants that low line. But Joseph Madigan, we've raced with him before, but not that much, I don't believe. So these guys were not really familiar of working with him. So we'll see how that works out on the high side there.
I'm telling you, Cronky, or Crikeys as we want to call him, he's taking a liking to Joseph Madigan because he's pushing him right up there next to Chris Worrell. So it's going to be a shove fest here as we get to the halfway point in Strictly Talk Motorsports Super Speedway Shootout.
Pricey, can you see any damage on my nose, probably the left front?
As we're working lap 50.
I'm not seeing any right now.
It's going to be the halfway mark. We had a green flag pit stop.
All right, thanks, man.
They
Well,
might.
with these drivers, there's not going to be many yellow flags. Now, when we get to the end of this race, there'll be some aggressive driving, and there might be a few yellow flags. But I'm telling you, you look through the field of the talent in this Strictly Talk Motorsports Super Speedway Shootout, I mean, there's not a slacker in the bunch, and that's why you get these long green flag runs.
No, I just had no dry pelt coming out of pit road.
I
I
wonder
don't have any damage.
how far back the next pack is.
I'm kind of sorting back through the field, and I can see Richard.
Here's the
I
second
always
pack
mess up
here.
his name, Luqua.
Lekawa.
He's pushing Chris Webb, and they're back a few seconds, but
We just need to get a uniform here and try to catch
I think they're just hanging back there now. Bryson Fitzgerald is picked up behind Chris Webb and is pushing him. So I think they're just hanging back. They know that there's a lot of race left. They're only halfway in. And if they don't make it to the end, the first thing to win it is you got to finish. And I think they're just biding their P's and Q's and waiting to make a late race charge.
Go ahead, Worrell.
Get that sweet save on the broadcast?
Yes, we did. It's on there.
Thanks, man.
Chris Worrell was just asking if
Caution is out.
Jesse Cultural, if they got that sweet save on the broadcast, which we did because Jesse is a crack
That's perfect.
announcer, much less streamer, and they got that street cake. And I just wanted to say that it looked like Chris Worrell was picking cotton in that car as much as he was turning the steering wheel around.
He was getting it. He was
He
getting it.
was moving that steering wheel back and forth. And I just did notice that I'm watching the car of number 17 car of Joseph Francis, and he's got his Crowder guy on there, which I'm just telling you.
Louder with
I
crowd.
wonder about that because that guy's kind of creepy on the back bumper when you come up behind.
He's just staring at you, man. It's kind of weird.
I think Mr. Francis used that intimidator factor. I mean, Dale Earnhardt Sr., God rest his soul. I mean, he could intimidate you on the track. And I think Joe Francis just puts the picture of the Crowder guy on there just to intimidate you when you come up behind
They
him.
were probably 4 laps off of catching us.
But we had to caution out. It was going to change everything up here.
Checking up.
If anybody comes down that road, Jesse.
If they pit here, they still have to make one more stop. You're looking about roughly, I'm saying anywhere from 27 to 33 laps on a tank of fuel.
So really, right, if you were out there on the track, you'd say, I'm going to stay out because I know I got pit one more time, one way or the other, and I want to keep my track position.
Absolutely. I'd be clutching it right here, trying to save as much as possible, trying to get within, the 70 lap mark of the race, maybe 68, just to make sure you're safe.
Now, when you say clutching as much as possible, now that character, James Cato, I mean, I know Gene's been talking to us on the stream, but that James Cato is a fuel-saving son of a gun. I know in the last month or two, he has won at least 2 races based off fuel savings. Now, everybody's making a liar out of us, Jesse, because
They're going. They want to top it off.
This is why you and I are announcing. Not racing.
That's right.
We don't know what the heck we're doing. That's
No.
all there is to it.
Not right now, we don't. We're just sitting here just trying to call it as we see it, and we tried to make a prediction, and didn't happen. Hey, Justin Sumner, we're kind of missing your predictions. Who you got winning this thing, Sumner? Everybody out there watching, give us your driver pick for the win. To win that $20.
Now, one thing I want to say, Jesse, is that Rick Javorka fan club has chimed in. They're saying from I'm going to butcher the heck out of this name. Ikurua, I can't. We'll just call him HA. Things are in full swing. Good luck, all, and Rick Javorka, number 52. So he's got his Rick Javorka fan club is cheering.
Go ahead, Mr. Park.
And clear.
Your car is kind of blocking my view of my pit stall.
Now, Michael Smithley says GT Park. Dennis Gardner says Lawless. Mike and Holly Harris say GT. Gene Cato, he's a GT fan. He's not, well, I guess James didn't make it. He had to work this evening, so he's rooting for GT. Michael Smithy is saying GT.
Hey, GT, I'll have the crew go out there and push that thing back to the garage.
They're saying GT is overdue, so there's a lot of pressure on GT. I'm just going to say. And GT's looking pretty good. He's hanging up there in that top 5.
Yarnell's calling for Cronky. Hey, whoa. GT, you got a majority of the YouTube watchers rooting for you, my friend.
I'll take all the help I can get.
No pressure, GT.
Jesse, what's the points looking like right now?
Now, Jesse, should we go and interview one of these fine drivers out leading this race at halfway? Who do you want to talk to? Should we talk to Marcus Adams? I think he'd be a good guy to talk to, see how things are going.
Yeah, go ahead and get him, Hope.
The second session we had to start up, the points might be messed up, so we'll release the points either tonight or within the next couple days.
Let me get Joe Francis off the mic.
It's a legit miracle.
Marcus Adams, you got a copy?
Try it again, Hope.
Marcus Adams, you got a copy? Marcus Adams, you got a copy, or did you check your earplugs out? Okay.
Take over the driver.
Yeah, you had to get into your car and then go over to like race control.
Can you? Okay, let me do that.
Then we'll let him do a restart here.
I want to interrupt him during the restart.
Okay.
Can I interrupt him during the restart?
If you want to.
He's a talented driver. I mean, yeah. Come on.
You got it.
He can handle it. Let's see if I can get him now. Marcus Adams, you got a copy?
Hello.
Hey, we got all the YouTube streamers on here watching you. And, they're voting pretty heavy for that GT Park, but you have been strong all night. How's your car handling tonight?
If we're being honest, I have a lot of damage, so I'm not going to be able to lead the pack right now until I use my fast repair.
Now, I know with that damage, I mean, there's some people that called different drivers like Ryan Newman. You can probably hold those guys off behind you, make that car really wide.
All right, Beth, since you said so, I'm blocking everyone.
Oh, he's already used his sets of tires. GT coming up behind Marcus Adams.
GT's got behind him. Marcus has kind of laid it out for us.
And everybody knows his plan.
Okay, I'm back online here. My Okie internet's kind of giving me a fit.
Uh-oh.
But, you've now got GT Park out in lead, or out pushing.
Oh, it's getting tight.
He says his car's got damage, but he might not be telling all the truth. Now, have you ever known a racer not to tell all the truth,
Yeah,
Jesse?
sure.
I mean, it's looking like he's going pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he hit the wall.
You got the SSMS drivers right there on the inside line of Brandon Lawless and GT Park as Park takes back over the lead here with 44 laps to go.
And I'm going to apologize for the race streamers because I am having some serious internet problems here and following cars, but it's all good.
That high side's still formed up. You got Cronky and Fitzgerald up there on the high side too, behind those two balls out cars. As it looks like Marcus is going to lead that lap, and he's getting loose in the tri-oval. Smalley's.
You know, that Marcus, when I was talking to him in car during their caution, he said he had damage, and boy, I think he might be telling a fib. What do you think, Jesse?
Well, the way it's looking, yeah, I think he might. But Smalley is pushing the looseness into that car, so whenever it's going into the corner.
He's pretty aggressive behind him.
Oh, yeah.
And it appears that Marcus is flashing a little bit.
Weber.
On the bottom side, we got Alex Cronky and Brandon Lawless. They are getting pretty aggressive and closely followed by Chris Worrell and Rick Javorka coming up the inside.
The inside is moving forward. Sumner's taking Park P1, Adams P2, and Cronky P3. That's his top three.
Now, see, this is the guys you got to worry about. That Brandon Lawless, Alex Cronky, they will run up around there in GT Park, and boy, at the end of the race, you will see them up there being very aggressive. They save their cars till the end, and they really get going. So they are pushing their way out to the lead.
Oh, you idiot.
Got three wide toward the back here.
I'll have to pan back that way, Jesse, and see what's going on.
It's a conjumbled mess back there right now. Everybody's jockeying, trying to get up into the line that's moving forward. As we're getting close to 40 laps to go, we're still outside the pit window, but I think we might have some early pitters here, since they topped off under that last caution. As you got Bryson Fitzgerald pushing Cronky with a head of steam up to the front. And they're still going. Cronky's dropping to the bottom to take over the inside line, the lead on the inside.
I give Bryson Fitzgerald, a.k.a. Intern, a hard time, but boy, he is a heck of a driver. But we're going to watch him push that outside lineup because he is aggressive and he knows how to wheel that race car.
Just happened once, he's good. Am I still playing bad?
Cronky had a little blinking issue, but he's back now.
It's once every lap, and it's bad too.
Now, the other thing I can tell you is Joseph Madden, the unknown, little known, I don't know of him that well. He's worked his way back to the front, Jesse. This guy is a super speedway racer here.
76. I think that's a GT right there on the outside behind the 5.
Well, I might be. My internet is really flicking in there.
No caution.
And then you got Weber on the inside.
I apologize. That's Patrick Gasper coming up through there.
Yeah, Gasper, he's third on the outside line here. And he's been toward the front all night. You got Weber up there on the inside.
Hey, Joe,
GT, Smalley, Bryson Fitzgerald, and the 22 of Abe Vila up there in the National Guard Chevrolet, right behind Bryson.
Joseph Madigan is hanging out behind Rick Javorka. He's not far off the lead pack, but I think he's just running around waiting for his time to jump.
Oh, Vila's getting loose on the inside. That inside's checking up just a hair.
Now, was he getting loose, Jesse, or was he getting help from behind to get loose?
There was a gap, so I think he was just pushing Bryson. He got a little loose there and drove.
I'm out. I gotta back off.
Because, there's always an old saying on super speedways that, you were really loose, but my bumper was attached to your back bumper, pushing you around.
Well, you do get loose.
There's a good discussion there.
You do get loose when your rear tire. Oh, there's a big wreck! Big wreck! Oh!
That was the most happiest thing I've found in my life. I was at 280 the whole time, went to 286, back off, and it blew up.
Yeah, I heard you say back on, but I was backing up and then poof.
Well, Jesse, that took some really good cars, got some damage on that one.
Yeah, it's going to take some heavy hitters out.
So this could be open wide up to
who's going to win this deal.
I was at the wreck for 1 second and blew up.
The one thing to do was Kyle Smalley made it through. Chris Worrell looks like he's undamaged. Richard Robb looks good. Bryson Fitzgerald looks good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
and should we say that caution was sponsored by Zishan Dura? But no, I can't think we say that because he didn't have any dents on his car. Bernie Diaz is looking good. Joe Francis, Joseph Manigan, Abe Vila's in the pits getting worked on. Marcus Adams is still out on the track. Richard Lewicka is out there on the track. So I think they're all doing pretty good. So we'll see who gets back out there for the restart.
I think the 22's motor blew, and that's what caused that thing to go down like that.
Do you think he was shoving a little too much?
Yeah, I think he stuck that behind Bryson Fitzgerald a little too long. Got that motor a little hot, and then that motor just gave up, and Webb was just too close to be able to correct anything. As we're going back here to see this replay, it's going to happen down here in turn 3.
Well, as you do that replay, Jesse, I've got to take a pause for the cause and refill my drink.
10-4.
My favorite beverage of choice, and I will be right back.
Yes, sir. It sounds like a plan. As we're sitting here watching the replay of this.
Well, I got to say that I am out.
Ah, Weber, no. Well, welcome to the booth for the second week in a row.
Everything wrong.
Yeah, might as well come up here and watch the race now.
Well, since you was in the car in the heat of the battle, what happened right there in front of you? Was the 22's motor expired in front of you? Is that what happened?
Yeah, he called on the radio that he was, backing up, and poof, it blew up right when he said it, right in front of me.
That took out a lot of contenders. A lot of contenders.
Jesse, can you look into it?
Yeah, there was really nothing I could do there.
What happened, Bryson?
I don't know. It just. I went into pit road and it gave me an unsafe pit incident. And even Kyle said I did nothing wrong. He just gave it to me. And now I don't even have it on my screen anymore. It's gone. But it's telling me to let cars by.
Yeah, just do what iRacing tells you. I hate that it, you know what I mean, that it worked out that way. But yeah, it might just be an EOL. Just go ahead and drop to the back there and see what happens.
Hey, did you use a fast repair there?
No, the fast repair. Oh no, why?
Looks like the 83 is going to resume the lead here.
So are you done, or can you still race?
Yeah, I'm done. I got 30 minutes out of car repair.
Jesse, I apologize to viewers, but I got an important call to take here.
10-4, you're fine. So Weber.
Before we go green here, I'll be right back as well.
10-4. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in and watching us here on the YouTubes.
Hey Chris, when a bunch of smoke comes out of the car in front of you and they start slowing down, that means their engine blew. Yeah, I was trying to get down the apron, but I was going too fast, so I shut up, right back up. Hey man, I'm just giving Chris some shit. I know. So yeah, I'm done with the race. Well, good luck, boys. Well, that's racing.
It's Lawless.
I'm probably going to drop to the back when I get a chance. I just use my quick repair there.
Gronky had his fast repair. How many guys do we have left here on track?
Got one more coming.
Got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 guys left. It was what it looks like. We got 11. We took out some heavy hitters right there at that wreck. That was unfortunate. There's some guys that had bad luck the whole time, and it just continues. And green flag is back in the air as Lawless gets a huge jump on the field here. It might not, if these guys can get together and get working together, it's not going to probably be good for Lawless. But you got Javorka and Cronky on the inside. As Cronky's dropping to the back. Since he used that fast break, you got Javorka coming hard. Got the 83 loose, and then you got Fitzgerald up here pushing Kyle Smalley up here to the lead. As they're hooked up here on the high side. You got Zishan Dura. Where's he been all race? Here he comes. It looks like we got three SSMS drivers left. Got Richard Lakawa, Joe Francis, and Bryson Fitzgerald left in this deal. But you still got Kyle Smalley and Bryson Fitzgerald up top trying to fight for that lead. We got 4. We got Lawless in there too. He's the new addition. Javorka is in prime position. He just needs to stay up front. As we're getting close to pits here, we'll be able to make it if they pit within a few laps here.
There's no way we were both going to get clear.
Are you back, Weber?
I am back.
How many laps was y'all getting on a tank of fuel? Around 30 or so?
We were talking about that. I think we're getting about 26 to 27 if you're in if you're actually in the big pack there. You can get 2 more laps if you're back behind the pack.
So we're not quite into the fuel window yet. So we're
with that caution there, you should be able to make it with 1 more stop.
I wonder if any of these guys are going to short pit here and try to make a move.
A short pit will be around lap probably 75. Maybe they'll wait till 78 with green and white checkers.
Hey Sumner, we'll keep that in mind. That's nice to know, man. We'll keep an eye on you.
I want to say hello to the YouTube viewers out there.
Just want to say thank you to Duck Press Media Solutions for helping us put this Strictly Stock Motorsports Super Speedway Shootout on air and on track every single weekend here.
Glad to do it. We do have a big announcement coming in like a week or so too, don't we, Jesse?
Oh, it's gonna be big. Y'all guys keep your eyes out.
I'm good.
Let's just say, I'll put a hint out there, a little teaser. Do you like dirt? There's your teaser. That's all I'm giving you right now.
Money.
And do you like the old cashola? It's got Kyle Smalley, Brandon Lawless, Rick Javorka is your top 3, Zishan Dura, P4, Marcus Adams, P5, Bryson Fitzgerald, P6,
Why am I moving with one hand into?
Joseph Francis, P7, Richard Lakawa, P8.
Looks like everybody's kind of minding their P's and Q's, but I will bet you money Bryson's going to go to the high side here with Joe and Lakawa.
Yeah, that's a strong teammate right there. And if they go to the high side and get up around close to Lawless, I have a good feeling that he'll go up to the high side and try to get with his teammates there and try to make a push to the front. Sumner's calling another wreck within 20 laps. Could he be right? He's called him right last time.
I'm telling you, we need to go to that casino with that Sumner guy.
We have to. As we're single file. Everybody's just rolling along right here. Trying to get to the end of this thing as we got 29 laps to go. Coming to 28 laps to go. We should start getting into pit window.
Yep, pit stops should start happening here in about 8 to 10 laps. But they should have enough fuel to run to about lap 85 or even 8, maybe even 88.
Anywhere with, what, about 12 to 15 to go?
Yeah, that's what. But I think you'll see some short pitting going on here.
As you see Lawless right there, when he goes high in the corner, he's peeking out to get a little air on that grill to cool that motor down, to make sure he doesn't have the same thing happen to him as it did to Abe Vila.
All right, here goes Bryson up to the top.
And you called it. Bryson and Joe and Richard to the high side. We're going to try to get that hooked together and get some momentum rolling there on the high side.
We can get Kroenke to go with him. Yep, there he goes. We'll get a little line up top here.
And they're making a run. Here they go. And there's Lawless, as I called it. Sumner.
You called it.
You're rubbing out for me. You're rubbing up, called him. You got SSMS team outs up top, and you got Marcus Adams looking to peek up top. And Fitzgerald shoves Lawless out to the lead. Fitzgerald's not, he should be clear now. The inside line's checking up a good bit. And
all three were clear.
And they left Lokawa. And if he can hop in line here, he should be all right. Which Javorka's not going to give him the room. He's going to keep the nose to the inside. Josh G getting him, son. Get him, Josh G. My fellow West Virginian, I believe. Or is that Joey Kennedy? One of them's my fellow West Virginian. It might be Kennedy. But Josh G. Getting him people out there to hit that thumbs up for us. As we got Strictly Stock Motorsports teammates 1, 2, 3 right now.
Looks like they're coming up on a lap car here pretty soon. That could throw a wrench into some things.
The lap car is the 59 car, I believe.
If you're smart, he'll run that third lane. Yep.
Ryan, yeah, it's Ryan Honeycutt staying high, letting this lead pack go. We got 25 laps to go. We're 1/4 left to go here in this 100 lap race. Pushing hard. The top two are.
Yep, them boys know how to do it. All three of them front guys know how to do this for sure. Then, of course, we got Kyle Smalley.
Smalley, he's a really, really good driver. I think Lawless is liking this leading deal. Lawless is a Strictly Stock Motorsports Truck Series champion when we ran our Truck Series league. Oh, getting wobbly back there, Javorka. I don't know if that was with the
pushing on him a little bit.
Yeah, picked his rear wheels up off the ground. As we got the digger cam. Oh, I love that camera.
Did Worrell get put out of that accident as well?
I believe so, yes.
So we just have Marcus and Kyle for the ball dot boys?
Yes. Holt Johnson, the life of the party, is back.
It's a sad day at the Johnston household. I just drained the bottom of my Crown Apple. And, so I'm running a little low on fuel here, but I'll try to make it through the last laps here as we go. Now, did I hear correctly that Chris Webb is out of the race?
Yeah, Webb is out of the race and in the booth.
Hey, admin.
He is in the booth. Well, Chris Webb's out there in Arizona. I'm getting ready to take a trip to Glamis, California next week, and Chris has been kind enough that he's going to try to come out there and meet me. But you know, he's a heck of a racer. I mean, this guy can race sprint cars, modifieds, on dirt. He can run asphalt. This guy is talented. Road courses, it doesn't matter. Now, I'm really looking forward to meeting him. But a heck of a racer. I'm sad to hear he's out of the race.
Yeah, Weber actually won a Daytona race. Was it in the Xfinity cars, I believe it was?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, Weber went out there and got him a victory. You got Chevy Z24 says, come on, Joe, number 17. Blake Lawless said, not to mention he raced real truck in real life, too. Yeah, Brandon Lawless is a heck of a driver.
He is. He is raced the real deal, and we are getting him converted over to dirt. There's a guy racing with us on the Aces, Cale Westover, that is a heck of a modified driver. Runs the USMTS show, and you know, I've run some of that with those guys, but they're top of the class, and that Cale Westover is a character and can really wheel a car.
We're rolling with a steady 29 viewers. We're rolling around 30 live viewers. We want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for tuning in. And hopefully we've been entertaining for you. And as you got the lap car GT Park on the inside there with a damaged race car. He's just out there trying to get as many laps or as many positions as possible to make sure he makes it into the top 16.
Now, Jesse, Gavin Hibbs just messaged me and said that they normally have more viewers, but now that I'm co-announcing with you that we have less viewers. Is that true?
No. I think we're holding steady as our normal here, or new normal. But our new normal. We used to back in the day. We had 4 viewers usually.
I mean, with the quality of announcing that you do, Jesse, I don't know why you don't have 100, 150. We need to crank this up a little bit.
Well, I think I'm a little on the dull side of announcing. I do my best. I'm easily distracted. I'm like the little guy on the Ice Age when he's.
Are you saying you have ADD?
Yes, I agree. I'm like, ooh, squirrel. You know, it's a
fan of a gnat.
I can recognize with that. I mean, I can. And you know what's interesting right now is I think we got Brandon Lawless out there in the lead, don't we?
Yes.
That John Deere tractor is going fast, and he's got Bryson Fitzgerald pushing him right behind. I'm glad that Bryson and Joseph Francis kind of worked out their number issues, because there was a little bit of an argument before the races that one person stole the other person's number, and I won't get into it, but it was a little controversy in the pits, but we got it all settled out.
Yeah, I had to jump in the ownership role and go down there and separate the teams and set them down. But we got it all sorted out.
I wouldn't doubt before the end of this race, Jesse, that you're going to have to be down there separating a lot more teams. I mean, I'm just a little guy. You're going to have to get down there and handle the muscle, and there's going to be some pushing and shoving going on here at the end that, boy, there might be some hurt feelings when we get to the end of this.
Yeah, we're going to have to. I'll bring Webb with me down there to go down there, throw some elbows with me, separate everybody. Nathan Yarnell said, Jesse, what happened to your Mountaineers today? Well, all right, Nathan, I'll tell you what happened. We got our heads kicked in. Here, pit road. Here. Oh, Z-Sean's going to miss it. Oh, my goodness. Pit stops had started, and here we go. This is going to be the last pit stops that they do before the end of this race. This is going to get them to the end. As see, we got another pack out front here.
That pit lane, I'm going to tell you.
You got
Brandon Lawless. He is taking on tires.
Taking that last set.
He's taking out the pits right now.
Turn 4, I'm going to go left here, off turn 4.
If they were communicating, the teammates all should have took tires in. No, I did see about 2 laps ago, Joe Francis got pretty loose coming off of turn 4. Had a little bit of a moment.
Javorka Kroenke, Madigan, and the 09 car.
Hey, what is going on?
Now, what's interesting is Bryson Fitzgerald just passed a guy coming out of pit lane. We'll see if that gets a black flag or not. But he did pass a guy coming out of pit lane.
Well, if it was under the commitment line, he should be all right.
Okay, he was under the commitment line, but boy, he was aggressive coming off of pit lane.
As we're going to see how this all works out here, as see if this group can get back together and work together and get together and make the pack out of this thing again.
Yeah, I see Lawless is running by himself up here. He's got Bernie Diaz in front of him, but his team has left him in the dust. Actually, Joe's right behind him. Beckler's right behind him, but they're not together.
Yeah, this has really scattered the field up here. I mean, they've got to get some guys together to start drafting to get back up to the lead car, who is Alex Cronky. Now, is Alex pitted yet, Jesse?
Yes, Alex is pitted, and it should cycle out right here.
Because that's one thing you can't do is count out Alex Crankies. Not Cronky, it's Crankies.
Alex Crikey. Crikey alligators.
The alligators. I'm sure I'll get a lot of grief from Alex on this, but you know what? It's all good fun.
Got Kyle Smalley, Zishan Dura up in the lead. Bryson Fitzgerald in third. He has no help yet, but I think he's got their draft. And he got some. It's going to start packing back up here as we come down to the end of this thing.
Picking up quick on Zishan Dura, and Zishan is pushing the heck out of Kyle Smalley, but Marcus is coming up on the outside of Bryson Fitzgerald. This is going to get interesting. I'm going to tell you, this last 14, 15 laps is going to tell the story here.
And we're starting to pack back up to the front. The top fives together as you got the outside coming. I don't know, Smalley.
We got Bernie Diaz up there pushing Marcus Adams and working that outside line.
Is that old Joey Kennedy? I think that's my fellow West Virginian there.
Now they might be.
Joey Kennedy, is he a West Virginian?
Yeah, I think so. I think Joey is a fellow West Virginian.
Well, he's got to be a good guy if he's from West Virginia.
Tyler, you have some spoiler damage. I think you need to go and get it fixed.
Tyler, you do not have spoiler damage.
Joey Kennedy is obviously a Rick Javorka fan, and where's Rick running at right now, Jesse? He's up there in the top 5.
Javorka's currently sitting P10.
P10. Okay.
Here's the second pack. You got Joe Francis, Alex Cronky, Richard LaCalwa, the 09 of Pete Cohen, and Rick Javorka back here in this second pack. As you can see, the front pack in front of them.
Yeah, they got about a half a straightaway lead on them, but boy, Alex is pushing the heck out of Zojif Francis, you call him.
Oh, Yofus.
He's liking that Crowder guy on the back bumper because, boy, he's beating the heck out of that back bumper down the straightaways.
As we're keeping an eye here on the second pack to see if they can make their way back up to the lead pack. With 12 laps to go here to decide this thing. Weber, do you think this second pack will be able to catch the front pack?
It's going to be tough with the caliber drivers we got up front here. But, I mean, they ran the exact same lap time as the front pack, the last lap.
So they didn't gain anything or lose anything.
They did not gain or lose anything.
So they're
But I got a feeling there, Chris, that that front pack is going to get side by side, and boy, this second pack is going to come charging up through.
You know, they might stay single file to try to drive away from that second pack and then have at it themselves. That's what they should try to do. So I got Kyle Smalley at a 45.3 lap. Joe Francis at a 45.3, but they were a couple hundredths faster. But that's not going to get it done.
They're going to have to really start pushing to get up there to him. He's going to have to put that bumper in the face of that Joe Crowder guy to get him up there.
When you get the run, I'll go high.
Simple.
Now, the other one to hear and watch is Brandon Lawless is sitting back here. He's a little bit from the front pack, but he has still got the draft and is just kind of riding, waiting to see what happens up front. So it's going to be interesting.
As we got 10 laps to go here at Daytona in the Super Speedway Shootout. We're going to see who's going to come out on top.
I would say when we get down to 3 or 4 laps to go, you're going to see these guys back here. I mean, Bryson Fitzgerald, Zishan Jura, they're not going to be happy following Kyle Smalley. They're going to jump out, and we're going to get 3 wide, 2 wide, whatever, to win this deal.
Now you got 2 balls out teammates in first and fourth. So if the second and third guy make a move, we know where Marcus will go. He'll more than likely go with his teammate.
He might defect. You never. I mean, he's been up there. And did you know if he used his quick repair on that last pit stop to get his car back in shape?
That I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks like he did. I don't not see any damage on it now. He had some front end damage before, so he had to have gotten that fixed.
Sumner said Bernie will make the first move.
I'm killed.
Bernie Diaz
Bryson
is an aggressive driver. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that he wouldn't come to the outside and start pressing those front guys.
But Joseph Madigan making the move early. With 9 laps to go. Looks like Lawless is starting to pull his way back into this group right here.
Yes, he is.
So
Lawless has been laying back. That guy is sneaky. You got to watch
and
that
there
guy.
goes Bernie in the 76. Fitzgerald to the top. Lawless is making a charge.
So, my other shot.
Yeah, Lawless has climbed right back up there into 5th position. And like I said, you got to wait till the race to see what Lawless does. Now, Zishan jumped up in front. Now, see if Lawless pushes Marcus up to the back of Kyle.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to leave Zishan in the sucker hole.
This caution was sponsored by Zishan Dura, but he's in the middle, so he's going backwards, so we may not have a caution.
You got the balls out crew all stitched up here on the bottom.
And you got a Strictly Stock Motorsports, the newest member, is sitting there behind. And he's got Bryson Fitzgerald to the outside. He could jump up and have Bryson. Oh, Bryson jumped down behind Brandon, but now he jumps
there it
back
goes.
to the
It's going to
outside.
be
Here we
teammates versus teammates with 7 laps to go. You got the
This
balls
is gonna
out
be
crew.
Strictly Stock Motorsports versus Balls Out Racing.
You got balls out on the inside. You got Strictly Stock Motorsports on the outside. And you got the guys in...
Look
What's
at that
that?
run that Bryson
Look
pushed
at there.
He has pushed them down that front straightaway. They may clear Smalley and get down.
Lawless
Brandon just
did the
left
smart
Bryson
thing.
out to hang. He went to the front. He
Right.
dropped Bryson and went to the front of Kyle Smalley. He is in trouble if those two decide to team up on the last lap and get around him on turn 4.
Looks like Bernie's going to come up here and help Fitzgerald as we cross the line with 6 laps to go. And Kyle Smalley jumps up in front of Fitzgerald. Diaz is...
pushing Kyle Smalley.
Yep.
We got teammates all mixed up here. This is going to be interesting. We got Bernie Diaz coming up in the mix.
Bernie is staying tight to the Fitzgerald's bumper. It could lead to something, as that backpack is loving seeing this side-by-side action.
Yeah, it's going to suck that backpack up right up to the front leaders. This is going to be good. We are not going to be disappointed with this finish, I promise you. If we don't have a caution between now and then, I will tell Chris Webber to pay everybody viewing this stream $50.
Whoa.
Weber.
Still on the announcing booth here, Chris.
Is that backpack catching his front pack any? As we've got 5 laps to go. Kyle Smalley left all by himself. As you got Marcus Adams and Zishan going to the high side with 5 to go. Fitzgerald to the high side.
And I'm just going to say, Michael Smithley on the YouTube channel is saying this is going to be a heck of a finish. I agree with you, Michael. This is going to be a battle to the end. I mean, watching these guys go after it, this is going to be good.
4 laps to go.
4 laps to go. Jinx.
Gotcha.
Now, is that Joe Francis up pushing Kyle Smalley?
You got lap cars on the inside here. You got going to the high side. Got another one staying on the bottom. Oh, he gets off track and gets out of the way.
Good job, though, Richard.
Got the 9 trying to push Zishan toward the front.
Now, I'm just going to focus your attention up here. The 83 pushing the 31. Brandon Lawless is pushing Marcus Adams. But I'm going to tell you, Brandon Lawless, he is a racer. And when we get to the last lap, he is going to jump out and make this 2 or 3 wide. I guarantee it.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy sitting there riding behind Marcus as we got 3 laps to go.
He races for one thing, and that's trophies and wins. That's all he races for.
Oh, it's getting dicey. Oh, Lawless goes to the high side, leaves the inside open for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald's coming. 3 wide! And there's the wreck. There's the caution.
Lawless gets turned around. Here goes the excitement.
Rack on the back.
As we're going to have green-white checker here, boys. Hopefully some of them guys have fast repairs in the front pack, but that is what the backpack needed to see. That caution right there will bunch everybody back up together that was not involved back into this race. It is going to get good.
Re-rack them, Jesse. This is what we're going to do, and it's going to be a 2-lap shootout, and this is going to be interesting, to say the least. And all I can say is I'm glad I'm not in the mix of this.
It's been some tough luck for a lot of good guys. Let's go check on Lawless.
Some front runners that are coming down the pit road are going to take their fast repairs, such as Brandon Lawless is one of those guys that got involved in that. And they are going to be charging from the back, because I'll guarantee you, if they got a set of tires left, they're going to put those tires on, get that fast repair, and watch out.
And doesn't look like Lawless had a fast repair.
Uh-oh. He's sitting there.
I think he got caught up in that wreck that that took me out as well.
You got Fitzgerald up here in the lead.
Well, I know as announcers we're supposed to be non-biased, but he is an Okie. I got to be a little biased.
Come out, I wouldn't have made it on field.
And somebody was just saying they wouldn't have made it on the field if that didn't happen.
That's what 7 do.
Now, I will say, we're going to have to watch out for some new players now. Joe Francis is going to be back in the mix. Cronky's going to be back in the mix. We're going to have some... This is going to be a good finish.
Yes, it will be.
That's what I was doing.
Lawless was strong. He was. That's a tough break for Lawless.
And this may not be our last caution either.
Nope, we got...
I would suspect there might be one more, Mr. Webb. I mean, as you know, with these restricted plate races, as you bunch them back up together, there's going to be some aggressiveness going on, and watch out, because it could cause another caution. Now, I just want to mention one thing, Jesse, and I hope Gavin's listening, that we've got some people on the stream that are saying that Jesse and Holt are a great combination. So hey, I appreciate you carrying the load, Jesse, because I am a weak announcer, but you are carrying both of us, and that is awesome.
I think it's the other way around, but thank you. I think it's the other way around. I'm just the lead broadcaster that points stuff out, and you take it from that point. That's how it goes.
Hey, all I do is drink my Crown Apple and Sprite and call it as I see it.
Well, I took a shot of Fireball.
Chicane back there.
Because you know what? A beverage isn't bad. It's okay.
Well, I took a shot of Fireball and I felt my blood pressure go up, so I had to quit.
I don't have any Fireball left, but I am disappointed because I drank the last of my Crown Apple, Crown Royal, and so hopefully this race doesn't go too many green-white checkers. But we do have 3 that we could go. If it goes 3, I may be running dry in the well of Crown Apple and Sprite. I'm just saying. So you may have to carry the load.
Well, you got Justin Sumner on the YouTube saying maybe if we had a Cottrell Johnson Hibbs trio in the booth.
You know what? Gavin is a great guy and a great racer. I mean, he is a great individual. And the other thing that Gavin can do is he can paint a car like no other, because my computer skills is Control-Alt-Delete to try to fix it. And other than that, I don't know anything, but Gavin can paint me some great paint screens that say Strictly Stock Motorsports on them, and that's all I can ask for.
Well, yeah, that's all anybody can ask for.
Exactly. I'm proud to be a part of the Strictly Stock Motorsports gang, and we have a lot of fun, and we hope we can get some more and more followers as we go through these last races of the championship, the Strictly Stock Motorsports Shootout. And like I said, it's going to be a sad day. I may shed a few tears when I have to ship this trophy off to somebody around the country that wins this deal, because it is an awesome trophy and be something proud that I'd have on my shelf to display.
Yeah, it's going to be a fixture on somebody's shelf, that's for sure. As we're coming back to the green flag here, as you got Bryson Fitzgerald P1, Kyle Smalley P2, Zishan P3, Cronky P4, Joe Francis in P5, Rick Javorka
That trick
P6.
Joe Francis is hanging up there, isn't he?
Well, don't look now, but look at Richard Lakawa. You got Lakawa sitting there in 7th.
And you got Rick Javorka and Richard. I know I mess up Richard's name all the time.
Lakawa.
Lakawa? Lewikla? I don't know. He's a good guy from Pennsylvania that transferred down to North Carolina, is all I know.
Bryson takes off. Bryson takes off. Gets the jump. Green.
He jumped up in front of Kyle, so now we got Zishan on the inside, and we'll see how it finishes out when we come out of turn 2. Bryson Fitzgerald jumps down to the inside, and so does Alex Cronky. Now, all of a sudden,
Joe Francis.
He's hanging out there in the left-hand lane, but he jumps down behind Zishan. So now we got it. Oh, wait a second.
Joe's going up there pushing, and Bryson goes up to defend.
Cronky goes to the inside and pushes.
It gets a shot. Look at Bryson just holding both lines, moving up and down, just trying to keep the lead. So far, so good. He's got Zishan pushing him behind him. Outside line broke up a lot, as you still got Cronky and Francis looking to possibly make a move here.
Now we're crossing the finish line for the white flag lap.
White flag. It's getting dicey. Cronky pushing Fitzgerald like there's no tomorrow.
I've never seen that 9 car be that wide before.
No. He went from the bottom to the top to the bottom.
He's got the bumper pushed up into the back of the driver's seat because Cronky is pushing him.
Oh! Dvorak and Zishan reckon Joe is right behind Fitzgerald. That's what Joe wanted to see. Oh, got good run on the high side. It's going to be a photo finish as Bryson goes up to block Cronky. What is going to... Oh, we're side by side for the lead. Who's going to have it? Fitzgerald pulls it off. Reckon. What a finish, guys. Woo!
What a finish, boys.
And according to iRacing's great tabulation, Bryson Fitzgerald finishes first, Alex Cronky second, Joseph Madigan in third, Joe Francis is in fourth, Peter Cohen, Kyle Smalley, Richard and Zishan Dura top out the top 9, and Brandon Wallace is top 9, and Rick Javorka is 10th.
I thought you were going to turn.
Absolutely fantastic finish. What we're going to do here, we're going to interview the top 3. Let's see here. Holt, you'll get Joseph and Bryson, and I'll get Alex if you want to go ahead and start with Joseph Madigan on the post-race interview.
Okay, I will try to bring him up on the radio here. Joseph Madigan, you got a copy?
Yep.
That was one heck of a finish. I mean, it was cars flying all over the place. How did you feel about tonight's race?
Terrible, absolutely terrible. You know, whenever I come to these tracks, I expect death, and there was a lot of death. So, you know, you just gotta manage your car until the end, and you just gotta do the right thing to get your be ready at the end. And I did that. I still have a fast repair in case we wrecked, but we didn't. So, you know, it was a really good finish. I didn't expect to get a top 3, but everyone kept it straight for the most part in the top 3. I think I might have hit someone behind when I checked up. I'm sorry about that, but, you know, it is what it is. But overall, a good day. Didn't expect much, just running around here for fun because I'm not in the championship. So, good day.
Well, you really showed your skills today, Joseph. I mean, you marched that thing up there and stayed in the top 3. And, I mean, really, when you look down through this field, there is not a single person that I would consider a top racer in this game. So, hey, congratulations on your top 3 finish. And I'm sure the person you made a little loose, it wasn't your fault. It was that their car was not set up right and they got loose. It's not the fact that your front bumper hit their rear bumper. Jesse, you want to talk to Mr. Cronky?
10-4. I'll get it. Hey, Alex Cronky, this is Godfather in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Godfather. How'd you like that finish?
Oh, that was an amazing finish. You put on a heck of a show for the fans out there on YouTube. You was up front all night long, just showing some good super speedway skills there. How'd you feel about your run tonight?
I was pretty happy with it. It was a really good race. Got to lead some laps and run up front most of it. I was kind of out for lunch there, so that last caution didn't come out 2 laps to go. That really saved me to give me a good shot at having at least a battle for the win. And that last lap there, man, I was breaking loose that last restart. And I was just pushing like crazy, and Bryson did everything he did. Everything he needed to do to win, block in. I pushed as hard as I could to get him a little loose and come to the check. And I knew he was moving side by side and tried to get him. Bumping him a little bit to drag him back. But hopefully it was at least a good finish for the broadcast.
Yeah, thanks, Cronky, for coming out. You got anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, just gotta thank you guys for putting on the show. It's been a great league. Can't wait for next weekend, and thank you guys for everything you guys did.
10-4, man. Thanks for coming out. All right, go ahead, Holt.
Bryson Fitzgerald, you got a copy of this Holt in the booth?
Yeah, I got a copy.
You got a copy? Well, it's interesting because, I kind of know you a little bit, and I know there's a little controversy at the end of this beginning of this race that maybe somebody stole your number. Did you get it all resolved? Because I see you're driving the number 9 to the victory.
Yeah, I got it resolved and took number 9 to victory lane.
That is awesome. Now, a lot of viewers out there on the YouTube stream want to know about this intern status. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the controller of it, but, are you still the intern in Strictly Stock Motorsports? But now that you've run several races, are you graduating from that, or what's the decision been made there?
Man, Holt, you got to ask Jesse about that, but I think the internship is going pretty well. I think I can keep it for a little bit longer.
Well, I will guarantee one thing, Bryson. You're a heck of a racer, and, I know for one thing, sitting up here watching you guys race in the booth, and I was jealous I wasn't out there racing with you to at least crash you out or do something like that. You were one of my picks for the top. And obviously, there in the last laps, you blocked Alex off and Joseph off to keep the lead, and one heck of a job. So you're qualified, whether you call you the GOAT or they call you the intern. It doesn't matter. But if you win the races, that's what matters.
Yeah, thank you, Holt. Hope you guys had a good time up there.
Oh, yeah, we enjoyed that finish. It was side by side. We couldn't ask for a better finish. Couldn't ask for better fans out there watching us on YouTube. So we definitely do appreciate y'all coming out and watching us. And
there was nothing better, Jesse, than I just took my last sip of Crown Apple, Crown Royal, and Sprite, and the racing is over. It was a heck of a show tonight, Jesse, and I appreciate you inviting me to be your co-host for this race.
Well, Holt, I definitely do appreciate you stepping in for the absence of old Gavin Hibbs there. We do miss you, Gavin. Hopefully you get your internet fixed. And Holt, you did a heck of a job in the booth, man. You got the voice.
Comments about West Virginia and football or something today. I don't know if you want to address that or not, Jesse.
Yeah, we got spanked. We didn't show up. I think they brought our third stringers to the football team to the football field this evening.
Joseph Francis prompted me to ask that question to you, Jesse. I'm just saying.
Understood. And yes, it still burns a little bit, put salt in the wounds. But I still got our basketball team, which is really good. And they play tomorrow night, and we'll see how they do. And hopefully they can go out and win the thing.
And not to discount Joe, he did finish 4th in that race. And I think that was powered by Ski Soda. If anybody hadn't tried Ski Soda, it's better than Mountain Dew. It has twice the sugar, twice the caffeine. It's some awesome stuff. And I'm hoping that if I mention this on air, maybe Joe will send me a case of it so I can try it because, I just want to see if it does crank me up. And maybe I'll do another broadcast under the effects of Ski Soda.
Holt will be on the ski cam.
The ski cam. That's
The
what
ski
we're
cam.
Ski cam, Jesse.
All right, we want to say thanks to everybody out there on the YouTubes. We're going to call her a night here. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Hit that thumbs up. And it's been a heck of a race, and we will see you guys next weekend for the championship race for the Super Speedway Shootout. Thanks for coming out, guys. Good night.
Thanks for inviting me, Jesse. Take care, everybody.